Inspector Theater.
Can I come in?
Come on in, Mr. Fire. The door's open for you.
Thank you. You always make me feel so warm and welcome.
No, this door is supposed to have a self-closing spring on it. Well, they weren't required when this house was built. No, this door is supposed to have self-closing spring on it. Well, they don't require them over here. No, it's supposed to have a self-closing spring on it. All right. Most of the things you care most about, most of the things that you care most about are on this side of the door. They're on this side of the door. All right, it should be closed. If you have fire, self-explanatory, but that's not why we're here. The water heater observations are going to be somewhat limited, okay, because we have a water heater blanket, okay. So it's been taped on real nice and tight and do no harm. So I can't get in there to read it. The data plate for the water heater, it looks like it's a fairly recent installation. Water heaters last about 10 years. It looks like it's of some size. I would imagine it's probably about 50 gallons. We don't know that. The insulation on the water supply lines is present. We've got a shut-off valve or temperature pressure relief valve. Has been insulated. It's almost a textbook installation. Now, a lot of home inspectors get upset when they see a flexible drain line on the temperature pressure relief drain, but that's really not an issue. Okay, that's really not an issue. If you read the code, there's no code against that. There's a code against it being threaded at the end of this pipe, and we haven't looked at the pipe outside, so there's that. We do not have a safety pan. If this water heater leaks, it's going to leak down onto the garage floor. So what we learned that there's certain things that we can't see, we don't know about. We learned that the water heater does not have a care and use manual. We learned that the water heater does not have a safety tray. That's what we learned. Okay, up underneath here, storing paint underneath the water heater is probably not the smartest move. But you know, it could leak and ruin your paint. Your paint could off-gas with combustibles and create an explosion. You know, so that's just, you know, probably not the smartest move. Over here in the garage, the home faces north, so this would be the southeast corner of the garage. This is the piping for the exterior water faucet right there. Okay. But now to the meat of the subject. And what we've got here, and I do not recommend water heaters to have these tanks. It'd be another video, but this insulation around the tank, it's not where you lose your money. So we're here about the garage overhead door. That's what this video is about. When we see the door is about half open, it's because I disengaged it to check the springs. Okay, so it's balanced pretty good. So what's wrong with this door? Well, we got a few things, you know, misdemeanors, I guess you would call them, but things all the same. The optic sensors should not be higher from the ground than 6 inches. The electric control cables should be secured with insulated staples. These uninsulated staples can cut the insulation. Okay, we should have spring tension notices on the outside corners, where there's only corners, on the ends of the first panel, which we do not have. We do have a pull handle inside. That's a good thing. We do have a spring tension, not only a spring tension notice, but balance test, emergency release, you know, so we've got that sticker, that notification, the warning sticker on this. What we've got here is another warning sticker here. So these are all good things. The control button should not be located closer to the floor or the door threshold than 5 feet to keep little hands coming up. So our control button is too low. We've got the wrong types of staples. We do not have spring tension notice staples. We do not have, well, that's it. Is that it? Obviously our courtesy lights are working. So let's give it a run, will you? On my website, it's posted that I do not do block test for the emergency reverse. On the inspection agreement that my client signed before the inspection, it says that I do not do block tests. I'm telling you right now, I made a business decision to do no harm. I've got baked inside of your inspection report, my client's inspection report, I've got baked inside, I've got instructions on how to do a block test. So, you know, that kind of sensitivity is, you know, kind of a personal safety decision. Some people like them a little more sensitive than other people. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take my big old flat zombie hoof, I'm going to trudge across the tundra over there, mile after mile. I'm going to break the beam with my other foot, okay, which is larger, I guess. And then it's going to, you know, if everything goes to plan, the door is going to kick back up into, and that way we know we've got a safety reverse. Yay! So we've got a safety reverse. That's a good thing. Now, when this home was built in the 80s, we did not have GFCI on the garage ceilings, and there's not a GFCI up here. All right, and then also our luminary should be protected. The bulb should be protected with a cage or something like that. That should be protected. And we shouldn't have a vent fan going into the attic. That's kind of clever.